Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. As you may have heard, we've got some lens announcements from Sigma. 4 of them, no less. We've got, let me make sure I got these right for the nomenclature. We've got a Sigma 14 f1.8, a Sigma 135 f1.8, then that one's a DG HSM art lens. We got a 24-70 f2.8 DG HSM OS art lens, so that's image stabilized, and an 100 to 400 f5 to 6.3 variable aperture DG HSM OS. Not an art lens apparently. So 4 lenses. We got 2 primes and 2 zooms. Now, I got thinking, well, which one is of the most interest to me? To be honest, the 14 f1.8 I'm not all that interested in. I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm sure the people that like a wide fast are going to be in love with that. Certainly good on... Well, actually, that lens, you could argue, would be a good fast wide on APS-C as well as on a full frame. Gets you pretty bloody wide on full frame and an f1.8 lens. Remember, when we're at the wide angle, we don't get as shallow a depth of field just by nature of the wide angle lens. So typically wide angle super fast primes don't excite me that much. The 135 f1.8 DG HSM art is interesting. You put that on a crop sensor camera and you're looking at something like a 200 f1.8. That's interesting. Be interested to see. I didn't see what the price was on those. The 24-70 f2.8 is basically an update of that, and that's very interesting too because it's competitive to Nikon and Canon's versions. And then the 100-400, that interests me as well. If I had to pick one of these for the most interesting to me, would probably be... That's a toughie. I'm going to say the 24-70, simply because I like to see strong offerings that compete with the OEM version, so the Nikon, the Canon, and hopefully at a better price. Although the art lenses tend to be expensive, and that is an art lens. They tend to be expensive for good reason because they compete very well, if not surpassing the OEM offerings, as the 50 art and the 85 art are showing us. So what do you guys think? I'm curious. Which one of those 4 lenses is the most interesting to you and why? Let us know. Let us know what you're shooting with, because that influences why one would be more interesting than another to you, because if you're full frame, obviously what might be of interest to you is going to be different than if you're shooting on a crop sensor. So let us know what camera you're looking at using it on and which one is of the most interest to you. And leave your comments below. Love to hear your feedback. Interested to see who wants what and why, what's the most interesting. And stay tuned, folks. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.